What is up, my most amazing Media Man fans? This is the Media Man, and as you guys probably know, in just about 14 days, E3 is once again upon us, and the big three will make their announcements, their world-changing announcements. At least that's what we hope. The last year was disappointing. If you follow E3, you probably know that already. And I did on my Twitter, which is at MediaMan815, if you want to follow me there. I did, comment as the stream was happening, and I'll do the same thing this year. As the big three kind of make their announcements, I'll comment at the same time and let you know how I'm feeling about it. But I remember just kind of being bored and kind of wanting it to be over, and that's a terrible thing when you're a game reviewer / game player like myself and you're bored. So anyway, this time I'm going to talk about Nintendo. Next time will be Sony, and then Microsoft, and of course some of the developers and publishers and all kinds of stuff. So I'll have a lot of E3 coverage before and both during and after. So I look forward to that. But let's get going with Nintendo. I'm going to talk about what I'm pretty sure we're going to see, and that is a whole lot of indies, also known as Nindies, which is fantastic because I am a big fan of indie games. They were there when I first started. Both my website and my channel have been fantastic support. They're very kind. I got to meet a lot of them, and I made some friends and all that stuff. So I'm a huge supporter of indies, and as is Nintendo, which is one of the things I love about the Switch. If you look on their shop, it's constantly changing, and there's constantly new announcements made from different indie developers and publishers. So a lot of love, and there's like Hello Neighbor, and just a lot of great stuff. I can go through it, but I want to get to some other things. But I'm really excited about that, and I'll definitely, when E3 happens, I'll cover that a little bit more, and what I think of it once E3 is done. But so a lot of indies. Also, I believe Animal Crossing will be announced. Pretty sure on that one. I've been hearing a lot of rumors and a lot of other stuff, and my hope is that it's going to be like City Life, or even like the original, and not another like Animal Crossing Go, or some other kind of strange version of Animal Crossing. I would love to have like Animal Crossing, where you're digging up stuff and shaking trees and selling trees to pay for, or selling fruit to pay for houses and all that kind of fun silliness. So really looking forward to something like that. Now we know 100% that Pokémon will be announced. Now, is it going to be announced tomorrow? Rumor has it might be, but if not, it'll be announced at E3. But we'll definitely see more gameplay at E3, and then maybe even tomorrow, but definitely E3. And by E3, we'll know a lot more about Pokémon. What it's about, what's the combat about, what it's going to be like. And I would love to see it with the power of the Switch. To see what they can do. I don't mind if it's a remake of an older, Pokemon, as long as they update things so it looks like a Switch game and it's fun. That's all I really care about. So I'm pretty excited about that. And then one of the things I've heard rumors on, so this isn't 100%, but I'm pretty sure that a Fallout game will be announced for the Switch. It wouldn't surprise me. Before I saw Skyrim, it might surprise me, but I've been playing Skyrim, and it's fantastic on the Switch, and I have played it on the PC with all the mods and bells and whistles, and it looked amazing. But it looks really good on the Switch, and it plays really good, and it's cool to bring it with you. Doom, and of course Wolfenstein II is coming, so there's been a lot of love from Bethesda, and Bethesda says they're going to continue to support the Switch, and they don't really have a whole lot of the properties that they can actually bring over, that they'd want to bring over. So I do believe that Fallout is going to be announced, maybe even 4. And before you go, there's no way 4 can work. Number one, remember, Skyrim works on it, and Fallout 4 was on the Xbox 360 and as well as the PS3. So it can work, and it will work, and I believe it's going to be announced at E3. I think there'll be a lot of surprises that a lot of us didn't even think about, and of course there's going to be Super Smash Brothers. There'll be a lot more gameplay there, and I believe Metroid as well. Metroid 4, whatever they're going to call it. Maybe we'll find out the actual name and a release date. And they're also going to be talking about their online. I'm 90 5% positive that there'll be a decent amount on there online, and what they're going to do with that, and hopefully they'll announce when we're going to be able to see some N64 games, some GameCube games, because I really want to play Turok. I'd love to play Perfect Dark. I don't know how complex this is. I'm pretty sure we won't get GoldenEye because of this whole licensing thing, but I'd love a Perfect Dark on there. I would love, you know, to be able to play Turok. I love Turok. I used to listen to Korn and play Turok all night. So a lot of that stuff I think we're going to get, you know, from the different, you know, I'd love to see some of the GameCube stuff, because the Switch is a very capable, I'm not sure what that other word was, but a capable system that I believe we're going to see a lot of ports. We're already seeing a lot of ports, but I think we're going to get some GameCube stuff, as well as Wii U, and some other stuff. They're kind of running out of Wii U games, I believe, but, you know, we'll see. We know Treasure Tracker's coming, and I am interested in that, so... So yeah, that's pretty much what... Oh, that dockless Switch. I do want to talk about that just a little bit. You know, I think it could be a pretty cool thing. You know, if you have kids or whatever, you don't have to buy, like, you know, a $300 console. Maybe it's only $250 or $230 or something like that, because I think the docks are about $70 or $80, and you could just get that console itself, and then the kids can, you know, put their Switch on the dock, and then it'll show up on the TV, which actually works. I've tried it, and you don't have to get like 3 docks or whatever and save some money. I think that's a pretty cool thing and a pretty cool option. I would never buy it without a dock, but I think it's great that it's there, especially if it's a kid trying to save up, you know, to buy his own Switch. I think that'd be great if he could, and then get a dock later or something. I don't know, but I do believe that's going to be announced. And I think they're going to make kind of a big deal about it, probably after they talk about their hardware sales and how much they sold, and they'll say, and now you can get it without a dock. That's my 2 cents. So that's what I'm pretty sure is going to happen. Now what I would like to happen is this first game I'm going to talk about is one of my favorite PC games done by an indie. It's a gorgeous game. It's a whole lot of fun. There's a lot to do in it. It's a huge world, and the combat is actually really fun. It's kind of like Harvest Moon with a great combat system, but in a 3D world, you know, 3D realized world, a bit of Zelda. It's just a lot of fun. I walked around the world for hours, just, you know, hitting trees and chopping things down and just having a blast. So I really want to see my time in Portia ported over to the Switch. You know, beautiful graphics, gameplay, and combat. It's just a fantastic game. Another game I want to see is Fantasy Life. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to play that. It's on the 3DS now. If you haven't and you have a 3DS, it's definitely worth picking up, finding. I keep going back to it even though I have a Switch, because it's a great game to play. I love that game. You could be a cook, a warrior, a mage. You know, you can play it all however you want to play it. You can play it with a friend who has a 3DS. I've played with my wife before, and we, you know, just had a blast. You know, she'd support me in different ways and heal me when I'm fighting. And it was a cool game. It was a really, really fun game. I definitely would love to see Fantasy Life on the Switch. I don't even mind if it's just pretty much a straight port with a little bit of enhancements. The other thing I want to see is a Zelda collection. I've heard we're going to get Zelda, a new Zelda, or at least an announcement of a new Zelda at E3. That wouldn't surprise me. Breath of the Wild was phenomenal. It's fantastic. I do think we're going to see more Breath of the Wild stuff at E3, but I really believe we're going to see another older Zelda announcement, like a remake. I would love to see Skyward Sword. You know, as a big Zelda fan, I'm kind of ashamed to say I never actually finished it. I never really played much of it because I didn't like the Wii controls, and that you couldn't use a controller. So, and I think we might see a Zelda collection again, with maybe Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask, you know, maybe even 3 games. Who knows? But I would love to see something like that. And of Netflix. I would love to see Netflix. I know we have Hulu, and Hulu's cool. I'm glad we have it. But I would love to see Netflix because there's a lot of stuff that you can't get on Hulu, like Daredevil, you know, a lot of the Marvel stuff, which I like to watch. And I would love to see that there. Netflix tends to get a lot of different movies and a lot of different things that I don't see on Hulu, and vice versa. I'm glad we have Hulu, but I'd love to see Netflix. And just because I bring my Switch everywhere and I don't like playing or watching things on my phone. The other thing I think we're going to see, and I'd like to see for sure, maybe it's just hopeful, but is Red Dead announcement. I know it's going to be announced, or we're going to see more gameplay. It's already been announced on the other consoles, but I'd love to see Red Dead 1 or 2, of course, on the Switch. It can definitely be done. We've seen Red Dead on 360 and PS3, of course. It's just backwards compatible, but it's still a 360 game, and anything those consoles can do, the Switch can easily do. So they definitely can do it, and Switch is selling amazingly well, so I do believe we're going to see that. And I think they're probably going to announce something Grand Theft Auto, and I think 5 will probably be out there as well. And I would love to see that, because they are fun open world stuff, but I'm a bigger fan of Red Dead Redemption. Maybe that's controversial, but I really like the characters and just the Old West theme and riding a horse and all that good stuff. So I believe that's going to happen. Other than that, I just want to see a lot of different surprises, things maybe I'm not thinking about now. I may do a follow-up, but really would like to see a lot of... before I go, Diablo. I want to see Diablo on there. I know it's been around for a while. I have it on Xbox One X. I have it on the PC. No, I don't have it on PC. I'm sorry. I've had it on PS4, but I just really like Diablo Ultimate Edition. Diablo 2 would be fun too, but I don't see that happening. But Diablo 3, Ultimate Edition. I would pay $60 for that, to be honest. Don't tell Nintendo. Maybe they'll sell it fairly cheap, but probably not. This is Nintendo. But I would love to see that, just to bring it with me. One thing I'm really missing is hack and slash on there. I'm not talking about like Hyrule Warriors, which I love, but I'm talking more of the Diablo style loot game where you get a lot of different loot, different things like that. I would love to see that, and it would be a great game to announce along with their online service. So that's pretty much what I have right now. I'm sure I'll finish this and think of other things. Maybe I'll do a follow-up. But in the meantime, really think that Nintendo's going to hit it out of the park, and I would love to see a lot of surprise announcements from games that maybe I'm not even thinking about. So anyway, thank you guys for listening to my rant. I love you guys so much. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you. And I will see you in the next media rant. Look forward to it. It'll be Sony and then Microsoft. And then I'm going to talk about... one media rant just for the developers and publishers. So we'll see you soon. I love you all, and take care of yourselves.